Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to talk about the 2024 general predictions for the sign of Cancer. So if you are Cancer Moon or Cancer Ascendant, then this video is for you. These predictions are based on Vedic astrology, and first and foremost it is important to look at the 2024 transits from the moon. The reason is that every event that happens in a person's life will have an impact on the mind. The moon, as everyone knows, rules emotions, and the transits from the moon will tell us what emotions a person will feel, and the houses will tell us which area of life it will happen. Then you can look at transits from the Ascendant to confirm an event. That way you can get a more precise prediction. For example, if Jupiter is transiting the 7th house from the moon, that means a person can experience some happiness and joy in their relationship. Then from the Ascendant, if Jupiter is transiting the 2nd house, then we could make a prediction that a person may get married, because Jupiter in the 2nd house would show expansion in the family. So that's the basic idea. So the first area of life, career. Saturn, the natural significator of career, is transiting in your 8th house. And the 8th house is a difficult house because it represents fears. So Saturn transiting in this house shows that you could have some kind of fear in your job or career. You could have a fear of moving to a different city or country to find a job. Or you could have a fear of judgment. And you could be asking yourself, are you good enough for this new opportunity? Smart enough, creative enough, or experienced enough in the job you are doing or the job you want to apply for? So there is something which is holding you back or restricting you, because Saturn in the 8th house can show a resistance to change, or something that is happening in your workplace which you are not comfortable with, such as fears over job security. Change is inevitable in life, and nothing always stays the same forever. Saturn wants you to embrace these changes, and because it is in its Mool Trikona sign, Saturn will make you face these fears, but also give you the resources to overcome them. Aquarius is a sign of innovation and change, and you will be able to acquire the tools, guidance and support, and upskill yourself in order for you to do your work and rise in your career. Now, if you don't have any fears or anything which is holding you back, Saturn in the 8th house shows a transformation in career. And with Jupiter transiting your 10th house, it shows that there are strong chances of changes happening in your professional life. Jupiter in the 10th house can increase your responsibilities, but at the same time bring a promotion or sudden rise in your career. Here you could get an opportunity to become a leader and have international connections in your work. Since Jupiter is ruling your 9th house, if you are looking to change your job, it also shows that you may try to find a job which aligns with your belief system. So you might look to have a career change this year and find a job you feel is more suitable for you. In terms of finances, Pisces represents the natural 12th house, and it is sitting in your 9th house, which means that this is a year you can face study and travel related expenses. Rahu will also be transiting Revati Nakshatra, which is a constellation to do with learning, movement and children, so you can expect expenses in these areas as well. After April 2024, when Jupiter transits into your 11th house, you can see a boost in your income. So if you do change your job, you can receive a better salary or pay rise after April. Jupiter will be transiting in the sign of Taurus, which means that you can have stable income for the rest of the year, because Taurus is a fixed sign and it represents stability, which is excellent to have with respect to money. Jupiter here can also give you income through your father, travel and foreign income as well if you work abroad. Saturn is in your 8th house, and when it is in the sign of Aquarius, even though it is its Mool Trikona sign, This combination can bring some disagreements with your spouse in regards to joint financial matters. Because Aquarius is a very independent sign, a bit like Aries. So there can be some difference of opinion in how to handle anything that is shared, especially if you are newly married. If you are planning to invest money, I would say it's not a good year to make any impulsive or independent decisions. Because K2 in the third house shows that you may not be taking into account all the logical reasoning. So it's better to get advice before investing any money in 2024. For relationships, 2023 may have been a difficult year, with Jupiter being under the influence of Rahu and 7th Lord Saturn in the 8th house. 2024 will be a better year. Jupiter is now on its own. And although it will be conjunct with the faster moving planets at different points during 2024, generally this year you will be able to find some joy and contentment. But a few issues a person could have depending on the natal chart is, since Saturn is in the 8th house, you may have to deal with difficult in-laws. So instead of being fearful of them, you need to set some boundaries and find some common ground. Saturn is challenging you to find a way to deal with them. Another issue Cancer natives could have is their resistance to change. When the 7th Lord is in the 8th house, it means that there are changes that will happen in a relationship. Relationships naturally change as they grow and develop. It's part of a cycle. Stressful life events like having kids, health issues, financial difficulties, these all impact a relationship. So if you are due to get married this year, as well as having difficult in-laws, you may have challenges regarding your partner's values. They may not align completely with yours, so that could be another thing you may have to deal with. If you are single, after April 2024, it will be a better period for you to date or find a connection. Jupiter will be in your 11th house and aspecting both the 5th and 7th houses, and therefore activating a time to form a relationship. However, the difficulty you may have is with trust. You may struggle to trust others, which can lead to a sense of paranoia or defensiveness. So you have to learn to open up a bit more. Jupiter's aspect is protective, which means try to really get to know a person and then open up to them. In terms of health, K2 transiting the 3rd house in the nakshatra of Jitra and Hasta means that you could have some issues with your hand, arm or shoulders the first 4 months of the year, especially if your 3rd house is weak or afflicted in your natal chart. Saturn is also the significator of diseases, and when it is transiting the 8th house, it can give issues with joints, especially if you are of a senior age, and also sexual related diseases. Since Saturn is transiting an air sign of Aquarius, you can also be prone to contract airborne diseases, so you have to be a little bit careful. In terms of wellness, Saturn in the 8th house means that you may have to deal with some difficult emotions with regards to work and relationships. Saturn can cause some sad feelings and anxiety, but overall 2024 should be better in terms of your mental health, because K2 is no longer in your 4th house. So overall, this can be a positive year if you can embrace the changes in your career and find practical ways to deal with any challenges in your relationship. However, you do have to look after your mental health. So that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comment section below, or you can email me at exaltedmercury8@gmail.com, and I will see you next time. Thank you.